Guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a house renovation. So I have the original house right up here and I thought we could just tour it really quickly. Beside it is the finished product. This is the original. So this house I believe is about 34K. Let me double check that actually just to make sure. The house is 34K and it looks like this. And so the idea by the person who made it was that we'd have a 5K budget to renovate it. I don't really know how it happened, but my renovated version actually ended up being only 30K. So we're 4K less than what the original house cost. But whatever. So this is the exterior. As you can see, it's using a lot of really gross looking plants and it has kind of the older brick and kind of just gross looking terrain paint. We got this like dying tree in the back. Really not great wallpaper at all. I think this wallpaper is actually from SIMS, but I hate it so much. And then we have this super harsh, like tall roof line, which just looks terrible. And the chimney looks way too tall for the rest of the house, to be honest. So the exterior is not great. But going into the house, which is the important part. Also, this was found using Fix Me Little Simsies hashtag. So the build I did, my reno is on the gallery, and so obviously the gallery tags the original person, so you can find this build and do it if you want to. But yeah, so going in, you have this like living room which has this grungy old carpet. We even had the vines like poking through the walls. A lot of weird looking photos. Oh, the idea was also that this auntie, this is like I think auntie's house or whatever, or grandma's house. I think it's Auntie. Yeah, Auntie's house. So she had a lot of cats. She was a bit of a cat lady. So you'll see a lot of cat furniture throughout this build. So here we have like 6 different bowls of cat food, and you got all these older paintings, grungy looking wallpaper, and a surprisingly modern fireplace for such an old looking home, and then just some more creepy paintings. Some of them are like vampire paintings and stuff. So if we go along this way, we enter into the grungy looking kitchen with those like starter looking cabinets and tables or counters, I guess, and just really gross looking, obviously. And then there is a little bit of a back door that leads kind of to the middle of nowhere. And then if we go through, let's go through this door first. This, I believe, is it's a bedroom. Obviously, kind of older, more traditional aspects. With this nice bed and then some, again, older sort of paintings. We have a couple of cats stuff here as well, litter box, beds, a nice closet space though. And then if we leave and go through this way, I believe there's a bathroom and a second bedroom, maybe. Yeah, so here's, oh yes, they had a whole entire cat room, which I thought was super cute. But yeah, so there's a whole entire little cat room corner here with this really cute cat poster and just again grungy. I can't even imagine how gross the carpet must be if you have this many cats. Like the cat pee and the poop and the hair and the occasional hairball and all that kind of stuff. That carpet needs some serious cleaning. And then over here you have like the super small bathroom. Like the bathroom is fine. But yeah, and then if you go around back, it's really empty. It has basically nothing. So that was the end of the build, and then to the right is our renovated version, which I will tour at the end of the video. So yeah, let's get into the speed build. Alright guys, so getting into the speed build here, we basically bulldoze and redo everything in this house. Literally nothing stays the same. The whole entire layout changes, flooring, the wallpapers, we add some bump outs, so even the exterior changes a little bit. So it kind of gets a massive upheaval. So I guess it's not the most realistic build or like renovation, because obviously in real life you probably wouldn't completely gut the kitchen and move it to a completely different side of the house, and you probably wouldn't move all of your bathroom and stuff because that would change all the plumbing and all sorts of things. So realistic, I don't know, but I wasn't really going for super realistic in this build anyways, obviously, because this was just such a basic home. It really needed an like a change in the exterior because it was just flat and there's nothing interesting. So I add some bump outs so the house gets a little bit of an expansion, I guess would be the realistic term for it, is to expand a little bit. Both ends, the front and the back, get a bit of an expansion, mostly because I wanted to add some bump outs to make it more interesting. We did have a budget of $5,000. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet, but we did have a budget of $5,000, so it does lack a little bit in some places in terms of decoration and things like that, but I just didn't have the money for it. So as you can see, we're going for a lot more of a modern or contemporary look, and we use a lot of reclaimed wood from Eco Lifestyle. We use a lot of Snow Escape, Eco Lifestyle, which are basically packs I use all the times anyways because I love their windows, I love their wallpapers, their furniture is pretty nice. So if you're gonna get a pack, those are 2 good packs to get, along with the new Dream Home Decorator pack if you're looking for some build items, because it's just so much better. But yeah, so I did add these bump outs. I feel like that is realistic in terms of a renovation because people get house expansions all the time. So I don't necessarily think the bump outs were the issue. It's just that the whole entire layout of the house changed. Like, I don't think you'd see very often you moving the kitchen from one side of the house to the other. So that's kind of the unrealistic part. But, well, along with the roofing, I don't know if people change their roofing when they do renovations. I doubt it. So the roofing definitely got a little bit of upheaval. It's now metal roofing, metal sheet roofing instead of the ugly sort of, I think that was actually the default shingles, like the really gross ones. So that changed because I couldn't keep that. And then I also didn't like how tall the original roofing was, so I made it a little bit shorter, which isn't realistic either necessarily, but at least I kept the same roofing idea. So I do have that longer roof going along the edge, which is similar to the one we had, except for the fact that it's now not as tall. So at least I kept it in there somehow, because I could have just completely changed the whole entire roofing, but I didn't. So yeah, and then the reason why I ended up doing like a non-realistic layout is because, or renovation layout, is because I tried so hard. You'll see me struggle with this floor plan for a little bit, because I tried to keep the original floor plan the way it was, because I didn't want to change it, you know, but I didn't like it. I didn't like how small the living room was and how it's like off to the side. And then I was like, okay, well, I can't put it anywhere else. So then I tried opening up this right side you'll see in a few seconds, but then it was too big. I was like, I can't have both the kitchen and the living room in here without making some substantial changes to the layout of the house. So what ends up happening is where this living room is being built right now actually becomes a bedroom. And I still have kind of like this open hallway nook with all the doors, which is similar to the old house. The old house also had a section of just doors everywhere, but now it looks a little bit nicer. So we have this bedroom on this side, the bathroom is also on this side, and another bedroom. So we have 2 bedrooms on the left side of the house, and then we have the living part on the right side of the house. Whereas earlier, it was more like the living spaces were in the front of the house, and then the sleeping spaces were in the back of the house. So now it's sort of left and right versus front and back is kind of how I did the layout. I just think it worked out better that way because it gave this sort of open floor plan, and it just fit, you know, the house a lot better. I got to put some nice bigger bedrooms in there. It wasn't so much having the closed... Oh, I just hit my mic, so I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It wasn't so much as having the closed off sort of older look. So that's just completely gone, and that's why the layout is completely different from the original build. I guess theoretically I could have kept the kitchen where it was originally, but the issue was that I had added that bump out on the right side. I had no idea what to do with that bump out. That bump out confused me for so long. At first I was like, okay, what if I just block everything out, as you can see I'm doing right now? And there's like an office space and 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and I was like, I can't section the house out this much. It looks really weird. It looks super small and closed off, so I was like, I can't do that. So that's when I decided, fine, it will be a 2-bedroom house. I think it's only 1 bathroom, so 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and then the rest will just be living space, because everything else just looked too small. And this bump out was really confusing me because it's only 4 tiles wide, so I can't really make anything out of it except for like a bathroom or some sort of bedroom. But the right side of the house was definitely better for the floor plan in terms of having like a living room and kitchen. So I was like, forget it. That bump out's just going to be there, and I just have to move everything to the right side. Because I could have made it into like a bathroom or something, which is what I usually do. I don't know why that screen just popped up. I think that's my be back for a second stream overlay, which I apparently forgot to cut out the footage, but oh well. But yeah, as you can see right now, we're finishing the 2 bedrooms. So this bedroom is a little bit kind of adultish. It has sort of like this pastel mint green vibe. It does contain some toys, so I figured maybe like either a geeky sim could live here, because I actually put some Star Wars toy from the famous fan favorite Journey to Batuu pack. So you could put this for like a geeky adult sim, or you could make it maybe like a tween, like a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, kind of a young teenager who's like kind of adult but still kind of hanging on to teddy bears and toys. I mean, you could be an adult and also have teddy bears and toys, but I didn't know what like sort of age to go for, so that's why I'm kind of saying, well, it could be this or that. So yeah, and I do actually provide a little bit of separation in the living area with this dining table. I used the kitchen to kind of section out a nook for the dining table and stuff, so I think that turned out really nicely as well. So there's still some separation and division, even though it's completely open floor plan. And this is where I go into saying that I just dislike the fact that the like entryway takes up so much space because of those massive windows, because it kind of feels like everything is pushed forward. That being said, I don't know what I would have done with that space anyways, which is why I was like, fine, it can just be like an open sort of entryway corner. I had no idea what I could have added the dining table there. I thought about it for a few seconds. I was like, well, what if I make that a dining table and then section off this corner to be either a bedroom or an office or something? But it just looked then like you're walking into a table, which I didn't particularly enjoy the idea of either. So that was tricky for sure. And so yeah, but I love the fact that I've sectioned the house out the way I have. I just can't get past the fact that the entryway looks kind of empty to me. But I didn't know what else to do with it, so I decided to add this sort of closet area so you can put your shoes, kind of like a mudroom type of thing, on this side. So that kind of helps a little bit, but it's more so the space in front of the windows that really bothers me. Oh, you know what? I could have put a chess table. Oh man, I didn't think about that. I always I feel like everyone puts chess tables in their Sims builds just to fill up space. Honestly, I don't think anyone does it for the gameplay. It's just to fill up space in their house. They have a chess table. Obviously, Sims start autonomously using the chess table, but like I don't know if anyone actually puts chess tables in for the gameplay, or if they just put it in just to like fill up space in their build. I could have put a chess table or maybe an art easel or something, but I didn't think about that at the time, and I think I didn't have the money for it either, so I'm not surprised that that didn't come to me at the time. Now, this corner nook, I decided to put this bookshelf from Snowy Escape because it's sort of open so you can still see out the windows. So realistically, you can still get the light from the window in, but it doesn't cover up the window completely because I didn't know what else to put there. I thought about putting like a coffee table or something, but nothing's quite low enough to accommodate the window size. So I was like, might as well just cover up the window. There's no point in trying to fix that. So yeah, and then I think that's basically it. Originally, the house had their fireplace in the right spot. Like it lined up with the, what is it called? Chimney, which is also something I struggled with because I wanted to keep that aspect, but I changed it because it just didn't, like, who gives a if it, you know, lines up with the chimney or not. But yeah, and then I also did this mismatched, chairs for like 2 seconds, then changed it. One of my Twitch viewers is like, have you ever done this? And I was like, no, but I can do it. But in all honesty, I don't like mismatching my chairs. I'm way too like anal for that. Like everything has to be matchy or like go together in a certain way, and I just don't like the look of mismatched chairs. So once they left stream, I actually changed it, so don't tell them that. But I also didn't like the chairs I chose anyways, because I didn't think this house fit necessarily like a mid-century modern vibe, and those chairs exude mid-century modern. I mean, obviously a lot of the Dream Home Decorator stuff is sort of mid-century modern, but that is like excruciatingly mid-century modern, so I was like, no, I'm gonna change it anyway. So at that point I was like, they're not even there, I might as well just put the chair color to whatever I want it to be. So yeah, and then I love this like little closet area. I like that sort of indented and framed with these, what are they called? Banisters? No, columns and not banisters, but oh, I can't remember. But you guys know what I'm talking about, like what you put on the columns from Snowy Escape is what those ones are from, and I just love them. I'm so happy that Snowy Escape comes with like something more like neutral in that term, because we can use it in the interior as like an archway instead of using it for the exterior. So I'm happy that happens. Also, if you guys can hear a bunch of background noise, it's because someone upstairs is taking a shower and if it's coming into my mic, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was, that's what it's from. It's just that in my house you can like hear every single thing that goes on in this house. So if you're wondering what any sort of background noise is, if it's not music and it's like water or some sort of noise, it's because someone's taking a shower upstairs and I'm sitting downstairs so you can hear it. But yeah, and then here's what I'm talking about. I just add some toys. I felt like this room needs some decoration and I was running low on money, so it's kind of like, well, cheap option would be to do these little cubby things. I love these cubby things. I think they're super useful for literally any part of the build. You can use them in bedrooms, you can use them in kitchens. They're just perfect, and they make it easy to clutter because you don't necessarily need to use move objects for it. You just kind of place things where they are. So that's my big thing. And then I also did some debug landscaping. Yes, debug as in cheap, as in using a cheat to do it because I needed to. I wouldn't have been able to afford this anyways. And what is a renovation without some nice landscaping? So yes, I did do that. But anyways, I think we're gonna get into the tour in a second. But let me just quickly talk about the landscaping. So I just kind of picked these like neutral flowers. Well, they're not neutral, they are colorful, but I just did something really basic. I couldn't add an actual backyard, so that's why I did what I did. But anyways, let's actually get into the screenshots.